She fucking had McDonald's connection. And even when Winston was going prime with her, I'm not going to front like Winston didn't bop the fuck out of Winston at the same time, which I don't know why I said that in this case, because Winston didn't bop the fuck out of Winston to become stronger in this case. With that being said, because Winston didn't bop the fuck out of Doomfist at the same time, but at the same time, Winston has better overarching strength than Doomfist with the case of his genetic powers, and Doomfist was underestimating Winston by multiple different cases of accounts. With that being said, when taking him seriously, especially in the case of matter for training, and what Doomfist does, I think he could push to beat him. But that's not the point about him being able to beat Winston, but the fact that he still made something happen even for the place of his defeat. Even in defeat, he makes something happen. Even in jail, he makes something happen. Through talent as Kingpin, he's punching his way out of jail. And then give a fuck, bro. Even without the gauntlet, even without his omnikinetics of different stuff, he got all the planning inspired into all this different stuff. And again, even with Winston bobbing the fuck out of Doomfist and Winston to bob the fuck out of Winston to actually do something, with that being said, is different. Because Winston had to bob the fuck out into a whole new surge of rage because Doomfist hit him where it hurt. He dusted his friend. She was trying to blitz waggle around him like the Flash, but he cut her out with clean precision like Vaz, got her clutched, and at the same time was the fact that no Overwatch member, even in that state of matter with the three amigos, Genji, Trace, and Winston, nobody can unpack their power like Doomfist did. Doomfist is a physical, literal, and theoretical threat. He's a mental planner. Again, he be spicing with the shots. He is a literal, physical, and unpairing match. Even in prison. I don't know the other case of word I said, but he holds so much point and plate that takes over everything that anybody else could put him down for. And town understands some of his kids saying that from more, and they don't need to put in the work and I'll rebuild this world. That's all you gotta know. And all his fee and all his lectures and all the talks, he makes the walk and he talks the talk, man. And he's a physical behemoth. So fee is what he imperiates. He is war incarnate. In his own words, those who fall will be forgotten, but those who rise up, their names will be remembered forever. He just permeates that synergy. He steals every scene he's in as a character and as a villain. He is the perfect villain for Overwatch. That is why Winston is so good in this scenario of becoming stronger through conflict and destruction. Because if it wasn't for that, Winston wouldn't pop with his true potential. But this is why Doomfist is a great, profound villain. I explained that in my first of my reviews video, I'm pretty sure, where I talked about is Doomfist a good villain, about the pinnacle placement, same matter for how he is as a villain company with so much power and places all around. Every pinch of his spot leads to a new beginning. It wasn't for him, Orisa wouldn't be here. If it wasn't for him, Winston wouldn't recall that strength. Nobody would be in the same place if it wasn't for Doomfist. And he grew stronger. He had so much courage. He defeated his second Doomfist successor, being within his master / mentor, Ugonomiemi. Doomfist the Scourge bopped him, brutally ragdolled the fuck out of him, and pushed to become Doomfist the successor. Doomfist has so much capabilities to do a lot of things and grew strong. That's why fear sparks the best in him. Rage could work because of his angsty and animate killer instinct, warrior pride, but it's not the same balance or palette for how fear works for him. Also, he couldn't survive the impact, even in the case, I said on the kinetics, because we're talking about what he has in his body, because he's a cyborg, and through his augmentation and cybernetics and omnikinetics coming within the place of being a medical and procedure in case of omnitechnology, he still makes all different places and points, even without the placements and different things that stagger him and recompensate that state of power that he makes in his own right. Because he pushes that by every point. If you need him physically, he's on ground. If you need him mentally, he's stalking or unraveling everything, pound for pound. If you need it for all three, he is coming with the power. Nothing stops him. Excuse me. That's why he works Then when it comes down to compassion, he works for compassion. He has no compassion technically. If we're talking about his psychotic mind, because we actually unravel how Doomfist thinks. He's fucking insane. He's a psychopath. He's not clear in the head, right? But it's like, at the same time, his compassion seems to the point that the world is bringing itself down, especially in this future super advancement like world that holds so much place and potential, but humans degrade themselves to right precise evolution. And he's getting tired of it, and so he feels like people can be in a better push and PowerPoint for how the world can make some substance matter. And I feel like he's growing stronger through conflict, so the world needs to be burrowed in conflict for humans to really make something of themselves. Because he does tend to come to a point where we're actually taking this from fiction to real life history. Conflict is the biggest change that really sparks in human minds. When bloodshed and despair and chaos co-responds with the world, that's when humans actually bark up and come into a new path and point to do some stuff. He cannot bargain with sheep. He must rival the wolves and make them overthrow the ones who would dare to make them sheep. It is predator over predator. Predator over prey, the conquerors, the leaders, the gods over the kings. That is what it means to be in a race where you have potential to be the brains of beasts, the bringers of death, to be conflict and war, incarcerated. That's what it means to come in all that place of fill. And so that's why I feel like his mindset is rightfully put there. So with that being said, that's why I feel like within his compassion, that's how it would be like. But that's obviously compassion that's not made with the compassion. So him not having actual compassion, he could be reformed to have compassion, reform his ideals in a responsible, non-war crime, conflictive, terroristic way. He can't be slam dunking on Skyrims now. He can't be slam dunking on skyscrapers and making the Paluga world Conchica on that ground. He can't do that. He can't be pulling a Jenga each time he want to plantate a new world order. He just can't. That's not how it works. Everything else, no, not at all. The main one is fear, but if you want to have him be reinformed or have some weird compassionate capabilities, then there's compassion. Fear works the most. I'm sorry, I had to go off on that one. This is an hour video. I know shit was long as fuck. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Peace out, my army. Love y'all.